everyone, it's Keith and Jerome here at Noel Automotive, and today we're going to discuss the rewiring of a 1970 Dodge Charger, and more importantly, we're going to dive into diagnostics and testing of failed reverse lights. Let's get with Jerome here and get into the finer details of what the reverse light system looks like. All right, so Jerome just completed the American Auto Wire rewiring of this 1970 Dodge Charger, and we're going to show you some of the details about how that went. But today we're going to talk about how to diagnose and repair a failed reverse light situation, which is really common on, we find that on E and B bodies, and pretty much the same would go for like 67 to 70, maybe 69 A body also. So the same test will apply for a lot of these cars, but we're going to show you how to get into it and try to figure it out on your own. All right, so right in front of us is some common parts to a reverse light system or a neutral safety system. So we'll start off with a simple one here. So in 1968 and older, you are used to seeing the single pin switch on the side of your transmission, which is always located in the same area right here. This lever right here is what operates the grounding and the push button effect of this button right here. So today we're going to concentrate on how to diagnose this 1970 car, and in 1969 or 70 and up, your car would be supplied with this 3-pin connector right here. All right, so Jerome, can you help explain how this system works?
So normally with the key on, one of these outside wires would have power coming from the ignition. So instead of using power source, we're just using a multimeter to check continuity, which will give you the same thing, but you'd also have to check to see which one of these wires with a test light at the bulkhead would have power. So we're going to just say that this one has power coming in, and then this little button here on the end is what triggers the reverse light switch, and when it falls in this void right here, the plunger comes out and completes the circuit. You can see we have a complete circuit because we have some resistance. If I push this in slightly, hold it, then we break the circuit, and now we have an open loop condition that would come out of this black wire that would go back in the bulkhead through the rear light harness to the rear reverse lights.
All right, and then one thing that we found, and the reason I have this out right here, so 68 and older had a slightly different configuration on this. This is the lever, and this is how it would look on the outside of the transmission. So your lever would turn and activate that, and then sometimes an older transmission may get installed into your later model car, and this is the culprit right here for a non-working reverse light. So later in the video, we're going to show you how to test that and what to look for inside the transmission. So are we ready to go over to the car and take a look?
Sure.
Okay. And then also, while I got it right here, this is your 4-speed reverse light switch. And when your 4-speed is activated, it will complete the circuit on these 2 wires. And this is what your 4-speed harness would look like. But once it gets up to the bulkhead, it basically serves the same function. So we'll go over to the car and show you what that looks like. All right, so real quick here, we got the wiper harness out of a 69 B-body. And in 68, they actually moved the reverse light contacts to either, if it's a steering column or a column shift, you've got the wires that go to the bottom of the steering column, or if it's a console shift, you actually have the reverse light that goes to the center console shift lever. So anyway, we're going to concentrate on 69 and 70, and your reverse light harness is in the bulkhead with the wiper harness. And here's your 2 wires right here, and this is where you would test the starter voltage and grounds. All right, so this one isn't going to be exactly like your car at the house, but this is all custom wiring, but the same principles apply. So we're going to show you the power that comes out of the bulkhead, and goes to the 3-pin connector.
Okay, well, let's just check.
All right, we'll go ahead and turn it on.
Keys on.
All right, so out of your bulkhead, you're gonna have power that comes out and goes down to your 3-pin connector. All right, then your other wire that goes to the 3-pin connectors, that powers the reverse light. So go ahead and put it in reverse. Okay, so it's in reverse right now. So that's the wire that goes to the harness to the rear of the car. All right, so coming from the 3-pin connector, and you can see your basic configuration of the neutral safety switch. So coming from the 3-pin connector on the black wire here, so this would be the neutral safety ground, and Jerome's in there, he's gonna put it in reverse. All right, so it's in reverse, so it won't allow it to start. Then he's gonna go to neutral. So there's neutral, and then go to drive, and then drive, and then back to park. Okay, so this is gonna allow the starter solenoid to activate. Okay, so on this wire right here, on this new one, it's marked I for ignition. Now your old one on the car, you probably won't be able to tell, but it's the lower left-hand spade.
Also yellow.
And it's also a yellow wire. So when the key is on, or I'm sorry, when the key is in the crank position, let's get the meter over here. So when the car is in the crank position, that wire is gonna show power. So right now Jerome is in there cranking on it, essentially. So in the crank position, that wire has to have battery voltage. All right, so this is another test to complete the circuit here. So if you've got battery voltage on the yellow wire coming from the ignition switch, and then with the solenoid wire, or I'm sorry, the neutral safety switch wire unplugged, go ahead and crank it, Jerome. So also in the crank position, you should show battery voltage on that terminal. So that's also only in the crank position. All right, so with it all plugged in, it should crank. Go ahead. All right, so some of the same tests apply to an E-body. Now we have a harness here off an E-body, 4-speed. So you can see your 4-speed connector here for the 2-pin 4-speed switch. And we're gonna go over to the car and we're gonna show you where this is located. And the 2 blank pins are for your air conditioner. But let's go over to this 1970 Dodge Challenger and we'll show you where this is located. And incidentally, this wire right here, when it's powered up, this is what goes inside the car for your dash mounted reverse light.
That's awesome.
All right, so it's a little hard to see, but it's the bulkhead connector, the one clear on the left-hand side, clear at the bottom. And there's your wire colors right there. But that's where you would want to go to test the bulkhead connector if you have any kind of failure. Now, some of these colors are going to differ from car to car, so it really helps to have a shop manual so you can read your colors. All right, here's something worthy to take note of. So the early ones, the early switches are a short pin. It's a shorter switch, and then the later ones are the longer ones. So you can see that right there, how long the pins are and how long the whole shaft is. So you can see this old guy right here. This is an early transmission. All right, so the first thing to do is get the oil drained out of the transmission, and we're gonna dig into why it doesn't have reverse lights. So here's your 3-pin plug right here. And we've already put a new connector on this, rewired their whole car, but Jerome's tested it, and if you ground the circuit, you will have reverse lights. Up in there and see what's going on. Okay, well there it is. So it's got the right lever in there, so we need to figure out what is going on. There's that guy right there. So we need to figure out why it's not grounding the circuit.
That's the problem.
What's going on with it?
It's not in the right spot. Put it in reverse.
Reverse?
So that should be neutral.
Okay.
Because this Oh, and it's not even deep enough.
Okay.
What the fuck is wrong?
Okay, move it some more, Wyatt.
And why is that like permanently?
Reverse. Neutral.
Yeah, the switch is sticking.
First, second, third. First, neutral.
Yeah, pull up on the lever. There you go.
Mark.
Okay. All right, so here's the lever that we're looking at under there. And obviously we've got a switch that's sticking. So those 2 pins right there, that's what grounds that button. And there's a good button. So this depresses, and then also that center one depresses too. So within all of this mess is how we figure out if the reverse lights are working. So obviously there's the issue is that thing is depressed and it's stuck in there, and that's a brand new switch. So we're gonna try a new one.
First, neutral. Reverse.
There, that pops out like it should.
Yep. Okay.
All right, so plug it in and let's see if it actually works. Nothing. There we go. All right. Sweet, nice and bright, reverse lights. Yep. All right. So there's that low spot. So that's neutral,
That's reverse.
or that's reverse, and then that's park.
Park.
That's park. Neutral,
Reverse.
or that. I'm sorry, that's reverse.
Neutral. Reverse. Park.
Okay. All right. She's working good now. All right, so problem fixed. So yeah, part of our diagnostics was to put a new switch in there, and there you have it right there. Brand new switch, it's faulty. So as soon as that thing got depressed, it never returned. And so we had to take the transmission pan off to do it. And not a bad thing, so we put a new filter and a gasket in the pan anyway. So there we go. And so yeah, this is what the lever looks like. And we thought we were gonna have to change this out, but luckily for us, it already had one in there and we don't have to pull the valve body to change it out. So we'll save this for the next job. All right, well that concludes the rewire of this 70 Dodge Charger. Jerome does a ton of wiring here in the shop, and feel free to call or email the shop or just comment in the video if you've got another question about your car and what it takes to rewire it. So please comment, subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate the watch. Thank you. All right, I'm here with Keith Long with the 727 transmission specialist. And this is one thing that we run into all the time at our shop is reverse lights don't work. And obviously it could be like light bulbs and wiring or stuff like that. But it always comes down to where the transmission has a faulty, or not really even a faulty part, it has a mismatch of early transmissions and later transmissions. And it comes down to where the neutral safety switch may be a mismatch for the transmission that you have in your car. So what we're finding out is that with a 3-pin neutral safety switch, it doesn't work in an older style transmission. Now Keith is here and he's got some really good examples of what happens. And Keith, can you tell us what activates the neutral safety switch in the earlier ones, and then where we get our reverse lights from the later model ones?
Right, yeah. The early single prong neutral safety has this type of thing on the valve body that actually does the grounds for your neutral safety.
Okay.
The later model 170 and later have this that also does your backup lights. So you have your 2 little pins there that do the neutral safety, and then the detent that does your backup lights.
Okay.
So if you have a single prong neutral safety, it's never going to turn on your backup lights.
Right. So this would be like 68 and older.
69 and older.
69 and older.
Yes, and
Okay.
then 70 and later is this.
Okay. All right. And then, so what do you have to do? Let's say I have a car that comes in, let's say it's a mismatched transmission for that particular one. With keeping that transmission, what do I have to replace to make that reverse light
Got to
work?
have the 3-prong neutral safety,
Right.
and the shift arm with the plastic piece there.
Okay, so is that a whole valve body replacement?
No,
or
you can just
this?
replace the shift arm.
So this shift arm will fit on other valve bodies?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so that is the fix. Now, is that a piece that you sell, or I can just rob out of
yeah,
other?
you got to get that from other valve bodies.
So I could just have old used transmissions
Right.
and rob it out of them and do
Yep,
it?
yep.
Okay. Well, that's very helpful information because we constantly run into cars where they don't have reverse lights. And when you're trying to make a car and everything work, you got to have reverse lights.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, and that's what people always say, hey, your reverse lights don't work, or your brake lights don't work. Get it right. So this is the fix.
This is the fix, yeah, and this is
All
the
right.
problem.
Okay.
If your backup lights don't work, you either got a single
All right.
prong neutral safety in there or a valve body for a single prong neutral safety. Your backup lights will never work no matter what you put it in.
Right, no matter what you do.
Right.
So, all right, Keith. Well, I appreciate the time,
Okay,
and thanks for the information.
you're welcome.
All right, very good. So, thank you.